We are live. Thank you for joining us, guys. I am joined by my close friends here, Gina Lever, obviously the young lady, and my friends Collins and Red, which is great as ever. And yes, I'm back in time today, which is even better. A nice early day today. We're going to have a little chat today, so I'm going to pass you straight over to Red because I know Red's done his live earlier, and we're going to cover a few things that Red's covered in his live today and kind of take that a little bit further because there's four of us instead of just Red. So over to you, my friend.
Thanks very much, Andy. Nice to see you, Jean. Collins, always good to be amongst amazing minds and Andy such as yourselves. I do enjoy Tuesdays. It's nice and relaxed and laid back, and we have a good old chat about what we're looking at within the next phase and what our thoughts and views are. And what I was talking today was about the importance of moving forward in business and how crucial it is for sustained success, and also the relevance of it all, really. And there were so many parts of it that really resonated with me as far as this business is concerned. Learning from past experience, past failures, uh, always pushing boundaries of technology within your own business to stay up to speed, making sure that you impress on customers how important they are, feedback, etc. And obviously that brought us nicely on, and I know that Collins is going to uh, go on to this subject of how our survey comes into that, because one of the biggest parts now of any business is having customer feedback, and to really see that whether they're happy with the products and services and you as a company itself. If you don't get any, if you don't use the mediums that are available to you to get the customer feedback, how are you going to improve and how are you going to change if you don't know what they're thinking? This is why surveys and feedback is so important as far as any business is concerned. But what I'd like to talk to about moving forward is really how there was two parts that really I thought were very important. And one was, if you are a forward thinking business, you attract and retain the best talents. Now, I think we've already had good talent within our business in on passive as we were, but certainly from what our CEO has said moving forward, we've certainly got talent that's there now that has worked for certainly blue chip companies that are out there, all the big ones. And you have to ask the question, why would they not want to work with those massive conglomerates and corporations? Why would they want to come and work for a startup business like ourselves? And I was explaining, and Collins can probably concur with this as well, being an IT guy himself, when you are in a position that these IT guys are, where they're that good, they can do anything, they're on obscene amounts of money for what they do, the money aspect of working hasn't got the impact that it has for all of us. You know, when you are on, we'll say 100 grand a year, and that's just me picking a figure out of the hat. If you're on 100 grand a year, that's not what's going to get you out of bed in the morning, is it? What gets you out of the bed in the morning is being part of a company that allows you to push your own personal boundaries of your talent, whatever your talent is, whether it's coding, whether it's programming, whether it is whatever else these guys do, I have no idea. But if you are one of these guys and you are literally given a free rein to design, to produce something that is completely revolutionary, that is groundbreaking, that is certainly going to change so many things, this is what gets you out of bed in the morning. Being that programmer who designed that product or service, being the first person to do that. That's what they want to be remembered for. And when they get involved with companies who have got that forward thinking, who are allowing their employees, the IT guys, to really use their talents as it should be in a very disruptive way within the industry, then you certainly know that you've got the right people around you. And especially if the vision aligns and what you're trying to achieve aligns with them and everything else. That was one of the things that I thought was very, very important and resonated with me. And this is why I truly believe we've got that kind of talent with us now, because through the process of our CEO approaching these guys and saying, listen, this is what I'm trying to achieve, this is what I want to do, they really got, wow, you know, I can get my teeth into this. This is something that I can really run with. And the other thing for me that I liked about what I researched of the importance of moving forward in business was about adapting to external factors. Now, economic shifts and technology advancements and regulatory changes, all these sort of things, right? If you don't move forward, okay, then you're not proactive with your company. Now, obviously, external factors, okay, are a huge risk to any business. We found that out firsthand, haven't we? Things that are out of your control certainly derail you for a period of time. But if you are a forward thinking business, then you know you've got the strength and resilience to keep on going and keep on moving. This really does separate the men from the boys. This is where true success comes from. And if you analyze most successful businessmen out there, the same things keep cropping up time and time again with all of them. It's not because they are brainier than other people. It's not because they've got more money than other people. It's because of their real determination and resilience to keep driving forward for their own goals that give them the niche. And I use the example of sports personalities and teams. The ones that win are the ones that want it more than the other. Quite literally, it's not because they've trained any harder than the others. It's not because they're talented any more than the others. It's because they want it more than the others. And this is why I firmly believe that if you are a forward thinking person, especially in business, if you focus laser tight on your goals of what you're trying to achieve, then literally nothing can stop you. I'll leave it at that for now and we'll come back in. Back to you, Andy.
Thanks, Red. That's a great start. There's a couple of things I wanted to go back on very quickly. Customer feedback. I don't, and I've worked for a number of different businesses over the years, but I don't know of one company that hasn't achieved greater levels without asking the customers what it is that they want, what it is that they feel is right and feel is wrong. It amazes me why companies just don't do that with everything that they do. Why don't they ask for feedback? Why don't they look at things in a perspective that says, actually, I need to understand what our customers are thinking, not just pump stuff out into the marketplace. The other thing I wanted to cover, and I covered this Sunday, is that most people have looked at the negative side when they've looked up the likes of ONPASSIVE or Ashman Farah. They've not looked at the positive side. They've never done that. They aim at the negative side. That astounds me personally, but that's the way it is. That's the vast majority of the population. Now, the thing is, all of the guys, all of the experts that actually work with Ash right now have been brought in after or during the issues that have been forthcoming, certainly with the things like the SEC issue and all the negative press that's gone on. Now, why is the question you need to ask yourself? Why would these people align with our CEO having seen that information? And there's a simple answer to that. The simple answer is he has a vision that they resonate with 100%. And that vision is something that's going to help everybody. And that is the bit that is so exciting for all of us. And I love that bit. So, Collins, what are your thoughts? I'm going to leave you last. Sorry, Gene.
Thank you, Andy. I just want to applaud Red as well. Red mentioned a lot of things which I was just like, yes, it is true, it is true, it is true. Because you're talking about moving forward, having like the best engineer, those who aligns with the vision. And you made a statement, you said money is not all, because this engineer truly they earn a lot. But sometimes it is not the money that attract them. It is the vision of the company. We are looking at company where they can excel and they can grow as well. They're looking about team collaboration. What type of member, the member of the teams, are they nice people? Because remember that, being an IT is a very stressful job. But again, if your colleagues make your life easy, you don't even want to be difficult. You don't want to be there. No matter how good you are, you don't want to work with people who are not like, you cannot collaborate with them. Short and simple. But then you look at the way I structure them. One, the vision, the mission, and what they can achieve as well in this company. Because sometimes when you build something great, you want to celebrate. Sometimes people don't know what is happening to the engineers as they sit behind, seeing people celebrating their success. As Red says something about, I listened to Red live. We went live and then things happened. But that joy, it was not only our joy. I was just like putting myself in those tech guys, those who build like the first application, how they were celebrating when they went live. Their mindset to build something new and fresh. The way they were celebrating as we celebrate as well, right? Wow, we are live now. Wow. And the directors and managers say, yeah, we've gone live. That's the only thing the engineers are thinking. Are we live? Yes. Do we have any issues or little issues? Can we resolve it? Yes, as we are live on the fly. That is a big achievement. It's not money, because they also want to put their name, in the history book that we developed something and the customers are happy. They can go and look at it out. Sometimes they walk by, some of this software are also used by them. You go to work in an office, say a bank, and just imagine you meet someone, customer service, sitting there using the software that you have built, to answer your own query. Sometimes you stare, you look at it, say, wow, it is really wonderful, really beautiful to see something live, and now they are using it for you. You can see the way the customers are happy using this software, not knowing that you were part of the person who built that software and they are using. So this is what, when Red made this statement, I was just like putting myself, and then, Red made a statement again, when we had the survey platform, I was just looking at the survey, just go and do it, go and do it. But Red talked about product. Then it brought me back. He said, this is our first product. And I said, wow, it's true. And then Red said something, it took them 2 days to build it. Then I made a research. What is the market cap of survey platform? It's more than $1 billion US, I think 4 or 7 billion US dollar market cap. Imagine if Ash wanted to put this product now in the market. What will happen? We didn't think about that. I think about the performance. We're logging from different angles all over the globe just to answer that 3 simple questions. Somebody will say, wow, it is just a simple platform. Yes, but the mechanics is also difficult. If you look at the back end, it's crazy. This is the customer front end. What about the administration, where they can see real-time analysis, breakdown of what we are doing? As we answer the question, the pie chart, the graphs, and everything, there is a real-time breakdown of what we are doing. the tools that you are using. Maybe you are using an Android phone, or using an Apple phone, you're using a laptop or desktop or whatever, and then your area, your geolocation as well. There's a real-time breakdown. That's what I was just imagining. That now Ash will sit there seeing real-time breakdown as we answer those questions. You know, what is the percentage of this? What is the percentage of that? And they can see clearly, you know, who answer what in real time. That was like mind-blowing to me. Put this product out, you know, company will welcome it. And then the other thing I was thinking, like the performance, we logged in, no, the system didn't crash. And then your answer is also retained. You can go and update your answer, and the system will just update it straight in the back end. Database will just pick it straight and said, okay, this was the old answer, and now the person have just updated. Somebody asked me, oh, I've just clicked on it and it didn't clear out. I said, no. Just imagine you going back to correct your answers. At least the system would show you exactly what you've answered. And if you want to change it, you can just select again, click submit, and that the answers that you've selected will still be there, ready for you to check. But now it is already over. But that was really mind-blowing, which I really wanted to talk about. So I'll give it back to you, Andy.
Thanks, Collins. Yeah, I love all of this. The conversations we have and the details that we offer actually kind of look at things in different perspectives, and I love that. Collins is an engineer, a software engineer, and he's a specialist in his field. I'm financial services. Red is a chef, and Jean, I don't know actually, but Jean is extremely intelligent anyway. Yeah. But the beauty of it is that we look at things from different angles, from different viewpoints. So what is your viewpoint then, Jean?
Well, thanks, Andy. If I told you what I really do, I'd have to kill you. No, just kidding. No, I absolutely love this topic because and especially as you guys were talking, I thought, oh, we could talk about, the importance of moving forward, innovation, the survey itself, which and the people that created it, and how exciting it is to be a part of something that is transformative and innovative out in the world. So there's a lot of different ways we could look at this. But for me, like if I go to the importance of moving forward and looking forward and always innovating, like Red had said, is that's the only way that you can really succeed. If you're always looking back at what was before, the old ways, the old thinking, the old technology, all of that, you cannot move forward. And oops, I had a quote. So you got the Albert Einstein quote that says, you cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. So unless your company is asking for feedback, getting that, using the latest tech, using the latest thinking, always thinking outside the box, disruptive, you cannot move forward. You're going to go the way of the dinosaur, just like the companies that Red had mentioned. So for us to know that we're attached to someone who just thinks that way as a way of being, which is Ash Mufareh, that how lucky are we to be involved in this? And then if we can do that as well, and if we know that our feedback is going to, just like in the survey, our feedback is going to play a part in that innovative thinking, just like Andy had said, if you're not collecting customer feedback, you're not keeping your finger on the pulse of things. So it's like we're all a part of this amazing machine that is going to transform the world. We're the customer feedback. We're also providing innovative thinking in meetings. If our feedback is requested, we know that we're attached to a CEO who's right from birth probably was thinking on a genius level and always thinking of different things. So if we think about, Red had said, we wouldn't have wanted the old business to move forward because it was created in a time, that was years ago, it was created in a time where that technology existed, that level of thinking existed. We were even thinking in a different way than we think now after all of the things that we've learned. So the fact that we are in something completely new going forward it's not just exciting and great and fun and all of those things. It's absolutely necessary, critical for us to succeed going forward. And I loved especially what Red had said about the ones that win are the ones that want it the most. So we can ask ourselves here now, how bad do you want it? That survey asked, how long are you willing to wait? How committed are you? You know, this way of gauging, are you attracting winners into your company? People that never give up, just absolutely are in this. They want it badly. And why do we want it badly or goodly, depending on the way you want to look at it? We want it so much because we love our families. We love our communities and want to help them. We have personal passions like, say, veterans or charities or any number of things. We really, really want that and have probably wanted it our whole lives. So we are those people, the football team that wants it much better than anybody else. We're attracted here to this company because we are that type of person. We really, really want this very, very much. And we want it more than anyone else, which is why we're still here. We're still standing. We're in these meetings talking about this amazing company. So that's what I wanted to offer. I mean, literally, we could talk forever about the benefits of looking forward, always innovating, always looking to the next thing. And just to know that Ash is just, he probably, when we're in meetings with him, you know, these public webinars, he's probably biting his lip, biting his tongue at the things he wants to share, but cannot yet. Like, I think he is just stratospherically ahead of us, like 20 years ahead of us, if not more. I think he's just giggling inside with the excitement of the innovation, the super spacey techie stuff that he must think about on a regular basis. But for maybe legal reasons, patent reasons, who knows, he cannot share everything that's in his heart. So I feel very privileged that he shares as much as he does. So that's what I wanted to offer on this topic. And thanks for having me again.
Thanks, Jean. Yeah, it's a very interesting point. What we have come to understand is that there are several thousand of us that have the same thought or mindset. We all want to see this go to the next level. We all believe in what Ash is doing and the way he's doing it. I am a great believer in karma. I cannot tell you, everything happens for a reason, whether we like that reason or not. You know, I lose my job and you go, oh my God, everything. But actually, there's a reason behind why I lost my job. Someone somewhere is saying, actually, this moves you to the next point, the next position, which is far better than the previous one. And for me, that is very, very important. And to understand that is very important. So this is why, again, for me, for us to be here, we're all of a similar mindset. We all believe and truly feel that what is coming is going to be far better than it was before, first and foremost, but also that he's one of our mindset. He's part of our group. We all feel the same way. The difference is that's his expertise. Like Collins is the software engineer, his is marketing, his is pulling people together to work together to be able to create something special. And again, probably not the right place to say so, but again, I'm going to say anyway, sod it. So the system is built against us in the vast majority of situations with business. So when you have a business that is going to go stellar, there's companies in the background going, no, I don't like that. Don't like that. And blockades are put in your way. And the fact that this man has gone through all of that and continues no matter what, when 99.9% of people would have gone, do you know what? I'm done. I can't cope with this. No, I'm out. That, again, is something that is really, really exciting. So, Red, any further thoughts? Oh, I think he is there.
No,
He's too busy in the chat.
I was just looking at stuff. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, we are all exactly the same place here, and I firmly believe that one of the reasons we are changing, new vehicle, new direction as far as where we're going for our goal. The goal is still the same. We're just taking a different route. Our route is things, and one of those is because you can't keep doing the same thing and then expecting a different result if you're doing the same thing. It's just one of those things, isn't it? If you've got the same team, you've got the same everything, how can you expect something different for the outcome? I think wasn't it? It was Albert Einstein saying insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You know, we need to use this opportunity as a business, and Ashmu Farah certainly does understand this, to, if we're going to have a different outcome to the business, a better outcome, certainly than what we had. And what we had before, in my opinion, was pretty damn good, you know. But if we want to have a better outcome, then we have to do different things. And part of that different things is the culmination of absolutely everything that we're seeing. A different vehicle to get there, a different outlook on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, different tech team that are producing different things. We're certainly going to be using much more innovative technology that we used before. As Jim was saying, what was there 2 years ago now is outdated. I mean, look at mobile phones, look at kids with different PlayStations. 2 years ago, they were queuing down the road to get that latest model 2 years ago. And that's in the bin now. They're onto something else. Technology moves that fast. So if we don't change for us moving forward, and how can we expect a different outcome from the new business? This is where you go all the way back to what we've been talking about, the survey, about moving forward, about doing things different. One of the things, and I keep going back to this, and I really do believe it is going to separate our business from so many others. If you remember, one of the webinars that we had with our CEO, he was talking about how businesses used to operate. And that was very much face to face, building relationships with their customer base, so that trust element between customer and business people was there. I actually think that is coming into the fore a lot more now. I think that this is certainly going to be something that's going to be prevalent in the next phase, is to have bridging that gap between, you're not just a customer, you're more than a customer, you're part of our movement, you're part of our business because you are using our products and services. So it adds to that extra that customers haven't experienced before with online business. This, I think, is going to be something that we're going to utilize, and we're going to do that by having these surveys, inviting people to give their feedback, and then you build up a much better picture of what your client base is looking for, what your client base is expecting, and what their thoughts are of how you are going to move forward with your business. I've given the analogy before. As you know, I am a chef, you know, and I cook. And I had this discussion with my dad this once, and he said, sometimes you might have the best idea for a business in a certain place, a restaurant or whatever it may be. But if you don't give your customer base, so where that restaurant is, what they want, it's immaterial to what you want to do. So you have to adjust and adapt to what your business customer base is looking for. There's no point in me putting lobster thermidor on the menu if they want fish and chips. It's not going to sell, right? So you have to give that customer base exactly what they want. And if you do that, guess what you're going to have? You're going to have sales. And how do you find out what your customer wants? Surveys. So I certainly believe that that feedback, that bridge between the customer and the business side of things is certainly going to come into its fore in the next phase. Don't know how. This is just me talking out loud. It's what I'm thinking, but it would make sense. That brings a different edge to our business. It brings a different dynamic that is completely different from everyone else. We've just talked about this. Customer businesses now, they're only interested in one thing: make a sale. Once they've made that sale, they don't give a rat's about a customer after that, right? And they're not looking to utilize that customer as a repeat person. There is a few companies that do it now. I mean, especially here in the UK, you know, especially here in the UK, they're very, there's some companies that, in fact, are almost too hot on it because you have to snooze the old bloody spam emails a little bit. But I think having that right balance of appreciation of your business and being too heavy on them, but I certainly believe it is the way forward that's going to set us aside from other like businesses. That's it from me. Back to you.
Thanks, Red. Great. It is really interesting, and I believe surveys make a hell of a difference. So, Collins, I'm sure you've got a couple of points that you would love to add.
Yeah. No, Red took it from my mouth. I wanted to pose this question to Red as well. I said, if, you know, I was just like thinking in my head, and I would, you know, and I just know Red is a chef. I said, all right, if you want to prepare a food, a good meal, you cannot prepare a very bad meal and offer it to your visitor, your guest. You know, what you cannot have, you cannot take in, you can't offer it to anyone. You must be ready to be happy with what you have cooked. You must be ready to enjoy your own meal, celebrate your own meal. Then you know that others will celebrate your meal as well. My mom always said that don't give food that you can't eat to your guests. Whoa, so now Red touched a lot of points, you know, you're looking at, he's talking from the chef part of it, and it brought me back to software development. You look at what you must know what the customer wants. That's the first part. When you're building a software, you can't build it out of your own initiative. Like all developers will just go crazy. Engineers will just build whatever they want. But when you hit the market, nobody wants it because it's not what they really want. So you must know first what the customer wants. And that's exactly what Mr. Asmufara did. Look at the market. What is really needed in the market now? You need to go in for it. Some people say, all right, you build video conferencing. There's already video conferencing. Why are you building it? Somebody asked me this question. I said, all right, there was Cisco WebEx came out first. It was there. Why did Zoom build video conferencing again? Why did Google Hangout? Google decided to build Google Hangout. Why did Microsoft build Microsoft Team? Just to tell you that it is never enough. It is never enough. They come with different technology. Nokia built phone. Why did Apple decide, Steve Jobs decide to come up with a phone? And you know, when you put this question, somebody asks a question, I always use question as well to answer their question. To say, think about this, technology is evolving, it's growing. You know, digital transformation is taking place every day because the consumers, which is the users, you know, they are never tired of wanting something fresh and new. Yeah. You give me something new, I will take it. As long as the price is affordable, I will go in for it. I will not think about you. There is nothing like loyalty. Just give me something fresh and new, I'm in. You know, and I will be loyal to you because you give me what I want. And that's exactly what Ash is doing. It's coming with something fresh and new. But that thing fresh and new takes a lot of time, takes a lot of hard work, because it starts from customer perspective. They analyze it, they design it, they write the code, they test it, doesn't work, they go back again on the drawing board, do the same thing. It just have a life cycle until the final product will come out. Sometimes when Ash is quiet, people say, where is Ash? It's because they are doing a lot in the background. They don't know what, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of concentration to build it, because it's just like you are in a roller coaster. Building, reject it. No, it's not really good enough. Go back. Building, reject it. No, it's not good enough. Go back. So it takes like 5 cycles, and each stage of software can take 1, 2, 3, 4 months, depending on the complexity of the software, piece of functionality. And Red understand what I'm saying, because Red have coded a little bit before, though he's a chef. It takes a lot, that cycle. So just to sit and analyze things can take 6 months, and then come up with the final, what they want to do, and then design it. And that design can take a couple of months again before the coders will start to write exact code of what has been designed. And then the QA will come in to test, to make sure what they have said from the beginning, from the analysis stage, is what they have coded. And if it's not, there is a difference between that, they have to go back again and say, no, what you've built is not exactly what the final, the original stage was. So what have you done? What have changed? And those questions is always there, repetitively, until everything, all of the team agree that this is what we want. The top body say, yes, we want. That is when they can give it to the customer. It takes effort and effort and effort. There are projects I'm working on now, which I would say it will come out 2030. But they've already started working last year. But a lot of people don't know. They've already there. But when it will come out, it's 2030. How many people know? So if you are a founder in this company I'm working for, you will say, my God, I can't wait. But this is what we know, that you cannot rush it because it's complex. So exactly what Ray said, that is what is happening behind the scene. A lot of people don't know. We are just at the tail end because we use the product every day. We think, wow, it was just overnight, it came out. No. Some of the projects will take as long as possible, because we don't see it, we don't know. We always wait, and then when something hit the market, or 2 months, then they make that big advert. Say, wow, something fresh and new is out. But you don't know when they started building this thing. It takes a lot of effort. And, and I'm just happy the way Ash is going about his business, taking one day at a time. The engineers are there building, and when we will see the final stage very soon, we'll not even on the rest will be history. And the way we'll be celebrating, that's how the engineers too will be celebrating behind the scene. So I will leave it there, Andy.
Thanks, Collins. This is what I mean by a different perspective, and all of our minds work in different ways, and Collins is just spot on. Jean, any final comments you'd love to add?
Oh, I just realized I wasn't on mute, so I hope I wasn't making all sorts of sounds while Collins was talking. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. All I have to say is everybody should just get their ideas, get their juices flowing, because we're in a company that wants your ideas. Once, like we have all of our people, watch it, Red. We have all of our people around the world that have like experiences. They know what their communities need. Like I remember going back, there were people, we would come up with like ideas for homelessness in this community, or getting water, digging wells, and all those kinds of things. So we all have our ideas, our inventions, our thoughts and stuff. So I would just say for everyone to start thinking like that again, because now that we've got this new survey tool, the company's going to start asking for more feedback in whatever way, we don't know. But we are, as a collective, the ones that are going to transform the world. So if you are somebody that's always been a thinker, but never had the wherewithal to bring it to fruition, I always had all sorts of inventions as a child growing up, never knew anything about patents, didn't have the money to do it or pursue it, so there are people like that all over the world. And certainly in this group that if we can start getting those ideas re-energized, so that going forward with this new team and this new vehicle, we're going to have a forum, as it were, a space in which to share those ideas. And then as a collective, we'll be able to bring them to the world and solve problems en masse around the planet. And not just one person, a CEO with ideas, but all of us as one family. So that's what I wanted to say. Just everybody get your ideas ready.
Fabulous.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jean. Any final comments, Red, you'd like to add?
No, that's it. I think it's been fantastic. I like just relaxing and talking about stuff, which we are. You know, we all have, we've all got the same goal. We've all got different perspectives, and this is what I love about coming on OP Digital Blueprint here, is because we chuck it out there and we have a good chat about it, and it always comes back to around to the same sort of thing, doesn't it? Really, that we feel very honored, very lucky, very blessed that we are part of this community, that we are part of the Ashmufara family, moving forward to something that really is going to blow people away. And that's what I'm looking forward to, as we've all said, to those days when we can put all this behind us, that we can tell our stories time and time again to everybody of our journeys, know in the knowledge that we are successful, that our gut feeling was right to believe in this man, and we have succeeded where so many other people have failed. Back to you, Andy.
Thanks, Red. It's not just that, and that is a great point. I love that. The second point I wanted to add, we've been very lucky because we've been able to meet. So Red and Collins and I, we've been able to meet because we've done a couple of meetings that we've had, one at Worcester, as we said, and one we did in Manchester, which was fabulous. And meeting is totally different to seeing us on here, because I know Red and Collins are both big boys. They're both quite tall. So it would be wonderful to be able to meet the others that we have that, like I said, all have the same mindset. And that's one of the things I really look forward to. Anyway, Collins, would you like a final word before we close?
Yeah, I just agree with Red. You know, it's just a blessing to be part of this company directly, because really hard for an IT company to open the door and say, come in, just come and be part of it. I've never seen that. Most people been part, but they come indirectly. They build, put it out there. Some company will come use the product and then do whatever they want to do, but you're not directly involved with the company. So this is really a great feeling when you're sitting there knowing fully well that you are part of sitting on the same table with Mr. Ashmufara. Doesn't matter if you come to the panel or not. As long as you are in, you are already close to him, to his heart, and it's a privilege. And we're all blessed. But time will tell, and we'll see it when it happens, and not very, very soon when it happens. All of us will be.
We all look forward to it. We all look forward to it.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining me, and thank you to everyone that has come in today and listened to us. Hopefully we'll be able to do the same thing next Tuesday. So in the meantime, have a fabulous week, and we will look forward to seeing you next week.